Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back. Today's episode we're going to talk about finding some easy to find double dies. A lot of people are asking, they're not having good results. These are easy. In a $25 box I can find several of these. We're going to look at 2004, 2005 and 2006. What we're going to be focusing on is right around the statue. Now Wexler calls these a class 9 double die. He's got, piles of them. For 2004, let me scroll down to the bottom here, he's got 100 of the darn things at this point. I think it was 88 last time I checked. That's just 2004. You look at copper coins, he's got 6 pages of the darn things. They're out there. Now let's have a look. I'm going to pop one up here. Let me get this out of the way. Oh, I got the new camera going, by the way. Let me show you that if you want to see. This is what it kind of looks like. I got it down on max zoom. It's got a stand. It goes up and down. I focus right over here. Plugs right into the computer. Okay. Oh, and also I put the coin on a slip of paper so I can move the paper instead of getting my fingers all over the coin. Okay, what we got here is 2004. We're looking at the back of it. Let me see if I can line this up. There he is. Okay. What I'm looking at are these lines, these additional pieces of metal right here beside the statue. They're coming out at an angle. This is a typical Class 8. It's a tilted hobdoubling is what it is. And Copper Coins calls it Class 9. Now over here on the on Wexler's list, where he's got 100 of them listed, you're going to find it's a whole lot easier sometimes to find the double die reverse than it is to actually identify it. And he's got a couple of them up here that it's up to do in the EPU, E pluribus unum, but we're looking for the statue. Okay, we got one right here. We'll start with number 2 because it's got a little bit right here. Compare it to what I've got, not a match. Keep going. We got this guy, he's got a long section on the left side, it's not a match. Keep on going. We come over here, I've got 2 bits, they line up perfectly. They start above the knee. First one goes just above the ankle. Yep. Next one starts it in a slope, ends up about a knee below the foot. But the height of the knee below the foot. This looks good right here. The next thing I want to do is identify it further by lining up these die markers. Now every die has little bits on it that are going to identify it positively. Over here on the front, in front of the Liberty, I've got a little gouge right here on the die. What that's going to be on the coin is a raised point. Let me flip that over, slide it right back in. Let's see if we can find that. Now the camera's on maximum focus, max zoom, so it's going to be tough to see on this. So we'll show you how to come in. Follow the line of the R right straight down. Follow the line of the R right straight down. It should be right in here, but boy, it's hard to see. The height distance is about the leg of the R. There's the leg of the R. It should be right in there. And if you look and you see that bright spot, that's not it. It's over here. It's this darker spot. Let's zoom in. And it should be right in here. Like you can see a darn thing on this. I believe it to be that dark spot. Doing it by eye, I can see it pretty easily, but that doesn't help you see it. But what you'd have to do is go through and identify each of these die markers, because if they're not there, you might have something different. Now, here's your next one. Man, it's such a small space, and I'm so ham-fisted. The next one's going to be down here. Alright, right below the memorial in the right corner, and it's lined up, if you can see, straight below that point. And I'm way off on this. Bring it down just a hair. Oh, this is hard with these fingers. Okay. I'm going to come down from that point, where it bows out, go straight down, and I've got something down here on the magnifier. Let's have a look at that. This is what we're talking about. It's difficult to see on the image because this is, zoomed in a bazillion times, but this is the die marker we're looking at. Alrighty, so that one is a WDDR 004. Now look up here, he's got a cross reference to copper coins number 40. So let's run over to that and take a look. Excuse me. Again, we see the same pattern of different metal. If I can bring that guy back. Where'd he go? Hey, where'd you go? Right there. Straighten her up. Okay, I've got the same two bits of metal coming out, same direction. Okay, but he's got different die markers. Okay, right above EPU he's got something. Let's see, on the reverse, east-west die scratches through the motto. Can I get that? He's referring to these lines that go right across. So I'm going to scroll the photo up, and we can just barely see these. I got another example that's a whole lot easier, but I'm not going to make anything out on this photo. Okay, let's look at the next one. He's got the same spot right below the corner. We saw that earlier, just a moment ago. Let me straighten that up. I got to stop bumping this camera. And there it is. Can you make it out right here? Where'd you go? Come back. Okay, and again, it's right here. That spot is this spot that he's talking about. And the last one is inside the U. We got a little doink right inside the U of trust. What do you suppose that is? Oh, that's on the other side. Okay, here we go. Let me see if I can twist that right straight around. Now he's just off to the right of the center, and we should be right about in here. Now I've checked this visually, and it's right, but it's going to be darn hard to see in this camera. But it's these couple of splotches on the digital. Okay, now if you're going with a 10x loop, these extra bits of metal, these bits of raised metal are going to jump right out at you. Let's have a look at another one, give you an idea what we're looking for. Alright, can you see this over here on the side? This giant piece. Pretty substantial. That goes from about his shoulder to halfway down his shin. That one jumps right out. Well, let's see, here's one over here. This one's different. It's not the metal in the statue this time. We're going to look at the EPU itself, because every now and then you find these are real nice to see. Okay, you got your loop there, you got your magnifier. These babies, these dots on EPU, they're supposed to be round. This one ain't round. How come? How come? Let's go back to copper coins, number 2. And he's got, if you see here, doubling in all the letters, doubling the dots. He's got doubling, well, actually notches here in the United States. Here we go. It's a nice offset spread to the west on the motto and the legend. And we're going to compare that with what we have in this shot. Here we go. Let me move that over just a hair. And we'll lose it in the camera. There we go. Now these are kind of jump right out at you because the shape of the inside of the U, instead of coming down as it normally would with a good swoop, it comes down to almost a point. Same on the other one. It's a real sharp point. It's much narrower in here because the metal is wider. Okay. Now on this camera, I've already tried it out. Finding these notches it's a bear. Okay. There should be one here at the S. As you can see here. But all I can show you is the difference in general shape. Let me put this one right beside it. Here we go. And I've lost it again. Let me find that right S. There's the bottom one. There's the top one. Okay, here we go. This one at the top is not a DDO. I've got a fairly refined point here. Pretty fine. Pretty sharp. This one, it's a bit more blunted. And that's what he's trying to show here, and that's what I'm desperately trying to show over here. But I've got doubling. It's easy to see. Right across E pluribus unum. It's I'm going to come back over here, look for cross references. But he doesn't have anything for Wexler. He hasn't cross-referenced it. Well, let's look at Wexler again, because he's got a couple of interesting ones here. That's 2015. Okay, here we go. Okay, he's got the sharpness here, not quite as sharp in there. He's much thicker, however, through the lettering than what I show. His are considerably thicker. Okay, it's not that one. Let's keep on going. The next one that has a similar match is number 5. Everything pretty much lines up on this one. See the shape of the U compared to the shape up here. I'm a little off on the camera here. The elongated dots. See how the bottom one looks like a kidney bean? Right, with a kind of a notch in the top. Kind of shaped like a kidney bean over here. A little longer and skinnier up here. That's my baby right there. Now what I want to do is go through and check out all these other die markers. Okay, right below the date, I've got a die gouge. Let me flip that one over. There goes the penny I don't need on the floor. I got like $14 on the floor, enough to hire a housekeeper. Okay. And this should be, if we line it up, almost lined up with the second O, and it should be right in here. That spot, that dark spot right there is probably it. And so some of these things, the camera is not that great. You really need to put your eyeball on it. Okay, over here we have the where his vest comes down, and he's got a notch right there. That's, I can't scroll the camera. I got to move the coin. I'm trying to scroll it here. Do you see this? Is this it? Or is that it? I think this is this point here is it. But if your die markers check out, that's how you identify it positively as a match. And there's Abe. Ain't he a good looking fella? Okay. That one's a nice find. What do you suppose these are worth? I don't know exactly what they're worth, but I can tell you exactly what they do cost. That one cost me 1 cent. That's number, let's see, number 2. It's AU. Well, Daughtry says 12 bucks. I can stand that for a penny. Alright, give me a bunch of those. Alright, we'll look at another one. People are saying, how do I find those DDOs? How do I find them? How do I identify them? Now, I've got this baby on maximum zoom. And over here, this is a 2015. Where's the date? There you go, that's a 2015. Looks real normal. There's not much going on here on the date. It's nice and round, they're clean, they're tight, they're sharp. But over here on Liberty is where this one shows up most. What you're looking for is the ends of the serifs, the thickness of the letter. Right? You're looking for notches at the corners. And some of these don't have corners, but that's what you're looking for. Now let's take a look at how thick this is and compare that to I had another, oh, it's on the floor too. We'll skip the comparison and just go straight to identification. Okay, 2015, which I'm not on. Okay, this is Wexler, 2015. This is WDDO number 1. It's clearly not a match. Okay, I've got a slight slope here on the bottom. The letters are nowhere near as wide as they need to be a match. Let's pass that one by. Number 2, I've got a flat bottom. Over here I've got a slope. Nope, not it. A slight slope, big slope. It's not that one. How about this one? How about a strong slope, same. Nice and thick, yep. I've got a bit of a notch up here under the T. Got a notch at the R. This is my baby so far. Let's look for the die markers. I got a crack, a die crack coming out from the W. Can you see it here? This fine line right through here. Right in the center of the W, right in the center of the W. This is a match. How about the next item? Uni. Remember the die scratches I tried to show you earlier? Let's have a look at this one. And I'm going to turn it. Okay, this one shows up real good. Now they polish these dies, and the polishing action leaves these marks. Can you see the striations going from the northeast to the southwest? I'll try to line this up as best I could so you can compare the shape of the angle on the pen. That's a fair match for those die scratches. Alright, keep on going. I've got EPU on top of the shield. This is a really common thing for these shield sets. Seems to be a high stress location. And I want my die chip here to look exactly like his. Comes in low, jumps up, that's real close, and it closes. This comes in low, jumps up, stays close, and closes. This is my baby. This one is WDDO 004. That's a double die. But it comes down to looking at the tiny to spot these shield scent double dies. You're looking at the corners of the letters. Okay? I mean, this is the space you're looking at. Can you see the corner of the letter on that? A 10x loop is at least what you need. Okay, for those reverse DDRs, you want to get in and look at Lincoln sitting there. And you're looking for those bits. Where'd my camera go? You're looking for the extra bits right beside. Where'd he go? There we go. You're looking for this extra metal right beside the statue. I got a whole stack of them down here. Let's have a look at a couple more. Now, I haven't identified all these. Oh, I'm never going to see that one. Just forget that. What am I thinking? I don't always find them twice. I like to make sure I find everything twice. Alright, here I got a little bit on the left, on the 6th column, just a little bulge. And this goes from about his elbow to just below his knee. There's another one. I've got a stack of these right here. Okay, right over here on the right side, right below his elbow to right below his knee. This is what we're looking for. This is the tiny. And if you look, you pay it down just a bit. I've got bunches of them. I got another tube up behind me. These are all, here we go, these are all DDRs of some kind. Now these simple ones are only good for $1 or $2, especially when they're circulated and such. But well, hey, I've sold them for $1. I sell a bunch, I'm in business. Now there's an article on my blog you can go to. It's from April, called Easy to Find Double Die Specimens. I'll put the link in the description right below the video. Guys, I hope you find something. Good luck and happy hunting.